Snow and Lambeau, Coach. Something about that combo that just works, like peanut butter and jelly. And we've got half a foot of the white stuff and still coming down here in Green Bay. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Green Bay Packers. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Check. Out. 80. Hey, alert. Hey, high 7.
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. And he will find his man on the outside. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Hey,
They go play action. It's Rosen. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
let's go, boys. Let's go. Go set. Go 50 extra money. Watch the screen.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Here we go. 40's Mike, right there. 40's Mike. You don't see me in your nightmares, son.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
On second down now, it's Green. And a nice run. They're going to take this close to the first down marker at the Bucs' 40-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. It's caught. Jones able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
So when you saw him dump it off to the back, did you think he was going to pick up the first down there?
Well, I knew one thing. It wasn't his primary target. At least it didn't look like it. Turned out to be the play they needed, though. And it's big because it's the opening drive. So converting that third down, keeping the drive going.
Yeah, it certainly appeared like his downfield targets were covered. He threw the little dump off to his back, and nice effort picking up the first down, though. And you're right, that opening drive, keep those chains moving.
On second down, it's Jones. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
To throw is Darnold. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Darnold going to lead the offense up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. And he's caught right at the 10-yard line. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. Darnold going to lead the offense up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Now they'll run on the draw. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Now it's Darnold. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. From 10 yards out, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Let's go.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good start. If there was one area that the coach emphasized in our pregame meeting, it was red zone offense.
In a sense I got from it, and I think you did as well, they weren't real happy with how they were executing previously, so they put a lot of time and effort into it because getting points is paramount. Doesn't matter what you do otherwise, don't leave the red zone without putting points on the board.
Now a handoff looking right. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. And chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. That's caught, it's Malone. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. And the kick by Elliott is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. On fourth down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it.
Results in a fourth down.
And he'll send this one into the cold Lambeau night. That's taken on the 25. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They run it with Ballage. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now Rosen looking to throw. Flushed out right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Rashawn Gary in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Well, there was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
24 is the mic. Watch the run.
3rd and long here for Rosen. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Rashawn Gary racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And, partner, let me make a quick pivot here. Season winding down. They're number 32 in offense this year. The last in the league. Where do they go?
Anywhere and everywhere. But they have to do it with a plan. And I think about Atlanta a bunch of years ago. They decided they wanted to get what they thought was going to be a franchise quarterback. And, indeed, he is, Matt Ryan. But they had to supplement it. They went free agency, got a running back. Came back and traded back into the first round in the same draft to get a left tackle to protect him. Really supplemented that pick, complemented that pick, and went to the playoffs the very next year.
Well, maybe they can use that and carbon copy it. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Hey, watch the leg. Hey, son. He's moving, boys, he's moving. 58, boys, 58, 58.
Jones. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
43-yard line.
58 on side. 58 to Mike. It's coming this way, Here we go, That's it. And 58 is the Mike. Go 58.
They'll run on first down. It's Green, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 45-yard line.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score.
Nice play, baby. Nice play.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, and it's third down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Rosen. Flush to his right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. The shotgun snap for Darnold. Dancing to his left. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Here as he's taken down. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. Gets around him. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
Now a give right side. It's Green. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field. And that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Oh, here we go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Mike, 56, right there, 56.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. Oh, going deep here for Taylor. And that will be incomplete.
But it's not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete, but you're right. Hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
Taking it about the 36. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return, and that will come the offense as they take over. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Now they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, it's Rosen. He finds his target. It's Evans. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rosen. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. This is away, and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a give, right side. It's Green. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And where did this one go out? Now they'll start with good field position, 45-yard line.
Mike.
Now Balaj. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Balaj. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Kalen Balaj, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long.
Mike 56, Mike 56. Bravo.
Darnold. Going up top. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Rosen on 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to find his running back. It's complete.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
Looking to throw again on second down. Rosen. And this is caught by Evans. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
We won. Come to my work.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 16. First down, Tampa Bay. 3-4 defense, and that O-line really dominated the D-line on that play.
And think of it this way. With a 3-4, you have a natural bubble over each guard because those guys don't have defenders over them. Oftentimes, if you want to run up the middle, they can get upfield and get on the linebackers right now, and that gives the running back a heck of a chance to get into the secondary.
Adrian Amos up to make the tackle.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 20.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Oh, no, he lost the football.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
Retains possession.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run here with Balazs. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Kalen Balazs, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball. And that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
Now he'll let it go deep left sideline. And no, it's incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. And he'll give it here to his running back. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas...
And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. From 21 yards away, as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Precision, precision, precision. That's the definition of it right there. Great pass, great catch for the score.
Yeah, people talk about arm strength all the time. Well, if you're not precise and you're not accurate, the arm strength really doesn't matter. We saw a little bit of everything with that throw.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teed.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Bucs capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Elliott good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. A play fake, and it's Darnold. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Vita Vea breaking through to get the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Darnold down to throw. And he's going to go down again. Carlton Davis speeds in for the sack on the corner blitz.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now Edwards to kick as he sends it away. And this will do the job nicely as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
On first down, it's Rosen. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Second and 10 now. It's Rosen. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And the Packers pick it up. And it won't be a pick six, but he will have his guys set up at the 2-yard line.
After that play, I think we know one quarterback will be extremely happy if his defense can hold the opposing team to a field goal.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Aaron Jones, his fourth touchdown on the year. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Here's Darnold. He's got it. So they convert the 2 that keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They've got the 2-score lead. Look, though, they fumbled last possession, led to a touchdown. So while things look good here at this stage in the fourth, they got to be careful.
They definitely do, because they've actually brought them back into it, haven't they? They've given them hope once again. Their purpose on this drive, squash that hope one more time.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll stay on the ground. Balaj again. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The Bucs on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6. And now it's Rosen looking. He can run for it, and he will. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Going to give this time to the tailback. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Now a handoff here to his running back. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Rosen, eluding the pressure right. Open man there is Malone. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And Rosen's actually going to throw it here. Flushed out right. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Now you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender. But you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
Monday. 50's the mark. 50's the mark. Watch the run. Watch the run. Monday. Mike 50. Mike 50. Good.
2nd and 10. It's Rosen again. Flush to his right. He'll let this go for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Demarius Randall that time there to knock it free. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Hey, wahoo! Mike 50, Mike 50. Yo. Middle. 50, Mike 50, Mike 50. Here we go.
Rosen to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Yo, son. Come on, D. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end. Right tight.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Darnold. His throw incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Well, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Rosen will throw. He finds his target, Beckham. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
Get ready. Get ready.
At their own 25-yard line.
50 on
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.